Welcome back, everyone, to the Six Virgin Show. So this recording will not be live, unfortunately, and I will explain why now. I started recording this video. I had Audacity running, I had my recording program XSplit going on, I had everything going. We were all, good to go, ready to do this, play some old dank dungeon, and I get through this entire dungeon, and spoilers, I finished the dungeon, but I mean, come on now, let's be real. Is it really spoilers if I always finish the dungeon? Who the fuck am I kidding? I fucking suck at this game. Anyway, I get through this and I'm about to start another episode, same session, just gonna do another episode, and my fucking computer decides to crash.
My lofty position wasn't always accompanied by the fear of office. And there was a time when I could walk the streets or raise a glass in the tavern without concern for molestation. Faithful as the tide, one precocious village waif made it her hobby to shadow my every errand. It was charming then, troublesome later.
So my computer crashes.
I always wondered what
Thank you, Wayne.
became of the unfortunate little waif.
The unfortunate little waif. Oh yeah, that's what I said in the original video. I love how I praise this game for its voice acting so much, and it definitely deserves it, because Wayne June
Waiting to be spent.
Wayne June is of course amazing, but there's one or two lines here and there where I'm just like, I don't know. Faithful as the tide. But anyway, so my computer crashes, everything pretty much everything gets fucked. Darkest Dungeon thankfully is really on top of their autosave file ability, so that was fine. It's right where I left off. I was about to start I think I had just started the dungeon when my computer crashed, so it brought me back to right before the dungeon began. So that was fine. I go and check the video in my Windows Media Player, the recording from XSplit, and the video will play, but when I try to fast forward or rewind, it sets it back to the beginning. So I have no scrolling ability. All I can do is let it play and then just let it go. And that was it. The video itself, as you're seeing here, is fine, because what I'm doing here is I actually went into XSplit, and then they have, originally I was gonna do a screen recording and play the video, but XSplit has a feature where you can just stick. Oh, real quick, this is the first chance I ever got to use the laudanum. As you can see on the Hellion, she has that little skull down there. I think it's called horror or something, and it's when a stress-based attacker can put stress over time on one of the heroes, and then you use the laudanum to get rid of that. So I'll be doing that right here. Yeah, so that's how that works. But anyway, so in XSplit, it has a feature for you to put, a video or an image directly into the program, and so I went ahead, stuck the video in there, and then hit record. So as you can see, the sound and the visual is fine. I guess because the file was truncated from it being cut off when my computer crashed, I couldn't use it properly. I couldn't scroll through it. So I saw that shit and I was like, well, this is fucking great. I have the file. It's a little weird, but I mean, hey, I have the file, right? It's better than nothing. So then I go to Audacity. Oh baby. You want to talk about, I'd love to stick my dick in an anthill and just watch him fucking go. Jesus Christ. I fucking go into Audacity and I open up the program and it's like, oh, lost projects you want to recover? I'm like, oh, thank God I can recover the projects. Fuck yeah, dude. Click on it. It's like, error line 1500. Fuck you, cuck lord. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. That's fine, whatever, I'm sure the file's there, it's recoverable, it has to be. So I discover Audacity has this set of folders, and one was called autosave. So I go in, and there's my video labeled as .autosave instead of .mp3 or .au, which is the usual file format for an Audacity file itself, or the original files. And I'm just like, the fuck is this? So I spend a solid, I think hour and a half, 2 hours just going through videos and on forums and looking in every fucking place I could to solve this fucking problem and try and get the Audacity file back. Because, like, you know, we want the commentary to be live. I mean, there's plenty of YouTubers that do it like this, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just Brennan and I, or at least I say Brennan, I'm assuming this is the case. I know me for sure, I prefer commentary to be live with the game because you get, you know, reactions and everything's very kind of like visceral. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it works. I mean, the great thing, and you'll probably notice because this episode will be so different from the others in terms of my commentary and how well it flows and stuff. The great thing about doing it back is that you don't lose your concentration. You can just keep going on with stuff, or at least that's a problem I have. Brennan seems to do fine with that. Everyone else seems to do fine. I'm the only one who's so retarded that he can't continually talk and tell a story or explain a deeper thought while a game is happening. Because as you guys can see, every like fucking 10 seconds it'd be like, oh fucking use blight here, and oh god they got a crit. But anyway, so now I don't have to worry about that because I don't even really have to focus in on what's happening in the game. I mean, I'm watching it right here, and that's fine, but I can just sit here and fucking run my shitter non-stop, and it's probably better commentary than what I would normally have, realistically speaking. So that's the advantage of doing it this way. But like I said, the advantage of doing it live is you get all like the reactions, and you're in tune with the game. It's you playing the game being recorded, both commentary and gameplay. So anyway, long story short, I can't recover the Audacity file no matter how fucking hard I try. I even went into the program and I clicked import raw data, and I clicked the autosave file, and it just gives me this 2-second clip, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It, like, the waveform is just a sausage. Like, it's just a solid square block of sound. I'm like, well, that's not good. So I click on it, it's literally 2 seconds of and I'm like, wow, all right, incredible. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use this I'll just have Chad put this on loop and we'll use that for my commentary. But anyway, yeah, so that's why I'm not doing this episode live, because my computer crashed and it was infuriating. This all happened yesterday. This video should come out today, as a matter of fact. But yesterday was not a great day for me. Aside from my computer crashing and losing the files and shit, yesterday was just a weird day. I was very stressed out. I was dealing with some anxiety. God, I always fucking hate saying that. So many people use that term so fucking loosely. They're just like, I have anxiety, which I don't have anxiety. Like, it's not an actual like problem that I have to deal with. I definitely don't need to like go to a therapist for it or anything. But I mean, you know, it gets me from time to time. Whenever there's a certain topic on my mind or something that bothers me a lot, it can really get to me and fuck my shit up. Literally can fuck my actual shit up, because I've had instances now, especially last semester, where I'll be dealing with some major anxiety, and then I'll have chronic diarrhea. For last semester, I went a straight week where I had only diarrhea because the anxiety fucked my stomach up so bad. It was incredible. It was one of the most enlightening experiences I've ever had. But yeah, so as far as the game goes, what you're seeing here, I'm on my way to kill the Siren. I kept saying the entire time in the video, oh, she's gonna be down at the bottom hallway, so that's what I aim for, and surprise, surprise, that's where she was, because, you know, she'd either be, I'll wait for the map to come back up, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about, but, there it is. She'll either be down at that very bottom hallway, or all the way to the right. Oh, fuck me. But, I knew almost for sure it was gonna be that bottom hallway, and, you know, like I said, it turns out to be the bottom hallway. There's a lot that happens in this gameplay that's actually pretty stellar. Not on my part, but just in general. And you'll literally just luck. And you'll see what I'm talking about later. But for now, I'm going to take a brief moment to talk about the Siren and the kind of the strategy for it and the reason I have an Antiquarian in my party. So I've stated previously that the Antiquarian fucking sucks. And she does. Except, I mean, she gets you money, which is cool if you're broke. If you're broke. Oh, water the life essence, the force that runs through my veins. So the Antiquarian fucking blows, gets you money, but her fighting abilities are practically non-existent. So this was me searching what to put on the Eerie Coral. It's med herbs, Med Herbs purges a negative quirk on the Eerie Coral, so I go ahead and do that with the Hellion, but I'll let the video take care of itself. Anyway, so because the Antiquarian sucks so much, you can use her for the Siren battle, because the Siren has an ability called, I think it's called Call of the Deep or something like that, where she will steal one of your party members and bring that member to her side. And so you essentially are fighting against yourself. And, you know, if she takes the Antiquarian, like, is there even really a fight there? Not really, because her skill set is horrific. She barely has any attacks, and what attacks she does have, they fucking suck. Especially the one that I'm using here is like a level fucking 0 or level 1 with no upgrades. So her damage is literally like 3 to 5. I don't remember it taking me this fucking long just to figure out what to use on this coral. Jesus Christ, David, get your fucking shit together, my man. Good lord. Yeah, Brennan talks about him dicking on himself. I'll slam myself to the ground. I don't give a shit. But anyway, so you take the Antiquarian. The Call of the Deep, the move is, it counts as a debuff. So whoever has the highest debuff resistance, you know, you can resist it if you have a high enough debuff, which all my other party members have like 50, and then my Antiquarian has like 20. So, which is what you want, because whoever has the lowest debuff will be the one that the Siren takes first. I don't know why. That's just how it works out. Like, it's just how they designed it, which is fine because it makes this strategy viable. So take an Antiquarian, make sure their debuff is lower than all the others, and then boom, she grabs the Antiquarian first. You know, fuck, what's that? Damn, I was gonna try and think of a really funny, goofy phrase to use, but it turns out I'm trash at entertainment, so that won't be happening. Be funny, David. Be entertaining. Even if you can't be funny, you can at least be fairly entertaining. But no, not even that's a possibility. Fucking shit. Shit. Ah! That's my entertainment. I just fucking screech autistically. Speaking of screeching autistically, I discovered the other day I can do something. There's a technique, it's called ingressional speaking, and you've heard Brennan do it before. It's like if you ever hear Brennan go, "Help me," he's doing like an ingressional like technique there. Basically, it's when you suck in air while you speak, and I discovered using ingressional speaking or ingressional noise production that I can do this. Which is, what's great about it is I can take my autism to a whole new level. Like something I've never experienced before, a level I've never been on before. I can just go ahead and escalate it to that point. I remember, as you see there, my party got surprised for no fucking reason at all. The game just decided to dick on me. And I was so fucking upset when that happened. I was just like, what? But I mean, you know, I was gonna say how it works out, but you'll see in a moment how things go. It's a medium quest. I was talking about how I have the campfire and I needed to camp soon because I was running out of inventory space anyway. Also, that grave robber, I think it's Bucci that I'm using there. I missed it a second ago, but her dodge is fucking ridiculous. And with an Antiquarian, it gets even better. Because, of course, the Antiquarian has that buff move that gives everybody 3 dodge. And then I think I didn't put any trinkets on. Wait, fuck, I missed it again. I was going to see what her dodge was, but whatever, it really doesn't matter. We got a little bit of time left on this episode. I'm trying to think if there's any story I can tell or something I can talk about. No, I don't want to say that. That would be lame. Christ. I don't fucking know. I was bitching earlier about how I suck at entertainment. As I've said before, say it again, and I do firmly believe this. Brennan is definitely the most entertaining out of all of us, which is understandable because like that's his thing. First of all, he's an entertainment major, first and foremost. But so just that right there, you got to know like, oh well, yeah, of course he's gonna be decent at the thing he's pursuing in his life. But I mean, you know, outside of what you do professionally, everybody has their own like hobbies or passions that they want to pursue, even if it's not like a major thing. I have a handful of things, but my really big, like, main two things is that I enjoy writing, and I also enjoy playing and writing music. So, yeah, so that's my thing. I guess Eric's thing is just, like, video games, like Smash specifically, because, you know, he does, like, tournaments, and he's number 10 in Mississippi. You can see in all our Smash videos, he fucking tears us apart. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I really like doing the live commentary because you get reactions, but I'm actually really enjoying doing this non-live commentary. It's very relaxing. I get to actually form thoughts without having my attention ripped away every 10 seconds. But anyway, yeah, Eric does like Smash. Well, I was gonna say Ian, I hate to say playing video games is like a hobby or a passion, which it can be. Don't get me wrong. Don't freak out on me here and be like, what the fuck do you mean? It's not a... Like, yes, yeah, I know. It absolutely can. Again, like, Eric does competitive Smash playing, which is, like, totally a valid, like, thing that you can, you know? But, I'm trying to think if they have... Because, like, I play video games, too, obviously. I mean, I'm doing these fucking videos. But, like, even outside of this, I like playing video games. Not nearly as much as Brendan or Eric, or even Ian, for that matter. But... You know, I enjoy playing games. For me, games are less of like a hobby or something that I try really hard on, more of just something I do to kind of chill out whenever I don't feel like doing anything like really. Because like there's stuff where you have to think, like school or, I mean, it depends on the job. Most minimum wage jobs you definitely don't have to think, but I mean, some jobs you have to think, some, or you have to put effort into it. You know, it feels like work. And so then sometimes the hobbies that I mentioned, things that I can do outside of school kind of feel like work too, like the writing and the music and all that, because you have to put a lot of time, effort, and energy into it. So sometimes that can be a bit stressful and it can feel like work to me. And so when I start to get kind of, you know, exhausted or tired of that, I'm just like, well, let me just chill out a little bit and do something I don't have to think about much, or I don't have to put a lot of time into, or if I don't put a lot of time into it, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm going to fall out of practice or fucking, you know, lose any opportunities that I would have. So I play video games and it's very relaxing. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is this is Brendan's thing. This is probably the number one thing he does. It's what he's all about. He loves video games. He loves watching YouTube, doing entertainment, all that kind of stuff. And so you can tell because he's just very good at it naturally. Like, I really enjoyed his Plants vs. Zombies gameplay. That's not a game that I would be particularly into or interested in watching. And yet when Brendan played it, I felt like I could sit down and watch the video without checking, you know, the time on the video every 4 seconds. Like, you ever do that? I do that all the time. Where I'll be watching a YouTube video and like it's something I'm into, and yet for whatever fucking reason, I'll just every 5 seconds be like, oh, how much time is left? How much time is left? Like waiting for it to end so I can move on to something else. But I hardly ever did that with Brendan's video. And sometimes it's more just habit than anything. It's not like I'm actually like, oh, when's this fucking video gonna end? It's literally, I just like click, I put my thumb on my phone screen because, like I said, it's just a habit at this point. But I didn't do that too much with Brendan's videos. I really enjoyed his commentary and his stories, and he did a good I mean, yeah, Plants vs. Zombies might not be the hardest game in the world to just kind of fucking like talk over while you're playing, because there's a lot of moments, there's a lot of like downtime in it where you don't have to like focus or try that hard. I might be saying this, Brendan might have a fucking aneurysm and be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What do you mean there's no downtime, cunt? But I literally might just be bad. I mean, to me, for Darkest Dungeon, like, there's a lot of concentration that goes into it. It's obviously a strategy game. I'm not used to playing strategy games. They're not, like, my thing. So when I play a strategy game, I have to really try to not suck ass at it. And so, yeah. So that's why I have trouble talking sometimes when I'm doing the live videos, is because I look at the game and I'm trying to think like, okay, what the fuck is going on? What's got to be my next move? I'm trying to think at least one step ahead. Because, you know, a lot of the best strategists in any game, whether it be video games, board game, chess, just any kind of game, any game that involves planning ahead, you want to think 2 to 3 steps ahead, not just 1 or 2. And of course, that's probably my main problem, is that I'm always just looking at the immediate future. Like, oh, what do I do next? I'm not planning for like, you know, 3 or 4 steps in advance. So, what was going with? Oh yeah, so that's why I have trouble concentrating, because I try to do that a little bit with Darkest Dungeon. I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? What do I need to do next? And then, you know, I just kind of lose my focus. But yeah, Brennan seems to have no issue with that with Plants vs. Zombies, because Plants vs. Zombies is a strategy game too. It may not be a hard one. I mean, neither is Darkest Dungeon. You know, a lot of Darkest Dungeon is luck, and just, you don't have to plan that far ahead. You can just say, oh, I'll put this, like just now, I used the Grave Robber's lunge move. I didn't plan that. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna leave this guy last, and then use this move. Like, I just did it. I was like, oh, there's one dude left. I have this move that does a shit ton of damage. Let me go ahead and use it. It's gonna fuck up my party order, but that won't matter because this is the last guy and it'll probably kill him. Or if this doesn't kill him, I can kill him with someone else and then move the party back. So it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is Brennan does a great job with the commentary, and I respect him a lot for that and enjoy watching him. And then I try to go back and watch these, just not even because I want to, but because I want to, you know, learn from my mistakes and try and become a better commentator. And I'm just like, wow, I fucking suck. I can't stand watching myself. It's uncomfortable because I do so many things where I like cringe when I look at it, and I'm like, oh, I could have done that so much better. I could have done this, could have done that, blah, blah, blah. So like, I don't think about it now, so I'm fine. I'm very relaxed, especially doing this non-live commentary. This is, like I said earlier, this is actually really fucking nice. This is very, very relaxing. But yeah, so I go ahead and use the campfire here because I was realizing that I was starting to run out of, fucking Wayne Jr. Rats in a maze. I was starting to run out of inventory space, so I was like, well, I can use the campfire and clean it up since I probably only have 1 or 2 rooms left to go before I fight the boss. So I try to watch these videos back and I can't stand it, and so I end up like never watching them from start to finish. But the problem I have, so basically the way my brain works is whenever I start doing something, it doesn't matter what it is. It can literally anything that involves progress. So video games, again, things like, well, maybe not board games so much. Like, I don't really feel this when I play board games with people. Thank God, it's kind of a relaxing break to not have this feeling constantly. But games, other like more sports, or I hate saying sports oriented because like I don't know if billiards or pool counts as a sport, but things like pool, like things that require some skill. If I ever started playing chess, this would absolutely happen. I could see it now. And I've never played chess before. I don't know how to play, so it's almost probably a blessing in disguise. But basically what happens is I'll do something, especially if it's like competitive against somebody, and then immediately I'll just be like, okay, I have to get good at this. Like I have to start practicing. I have to like look up things and like skills, how to get better. And because I have this weird fascination or addiction with progress. I don't know why, but I just do. It just is what it is. I constantly yearn to make progress in things. And so, like Darkest Dungeon, I'm always like, hey, how do I get better at playing Darkest Dungeon? YouTube, absolutely, and that's the whole reason I'm even going on about all this, is because I really want to be like a very good, funny, and entertaining commentator, and yet I feel like I'm not, but I keep wanting to do it because I want to get better at it. And I'm a big believer in like practice makes perfect, that if you practice something a lot and just keep doing it. Well, really what matters the most with practice is consistency, because you can, let's see, a great example, and this is also perfect for the topic I'm talking about. So I mentioned before I play music. Let's say playing bass guitar, for example, all right? You can practice, quote unquote, a shit ton, so like 8 hours for 3 days out of the week. But if you only do it 8 hours, 3 days out of the week, that'd probably be the same as doing it for an hour, 6 days out of 7 days out of the week. So, I love how I just said 7 days out of the week because I'm fucking retarded. But, you get what I mean. Like, it would amount to about the same amount of progress, because what's really important when it comes to practicing is consistency. And that's where I end up falling off the wagon, because it's really hard to be consistent with things. Oh, also this battle, you're about to see some shit happen. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, I can go straight to the, boss battle. This is great. And then this battle happens in the hallway, and I was just like, God damn it. But then I was like, no, it's fine. I've got plenty of health. I'm not that stressed out. And then this shit happens. Fucking, she gets crit on. and then goes to death's door. Now, this is the most fucking... I'm out of food, too. Like, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the game, but I'm out of food and I don't have a healer. So and none of my characters right now have any healing moves that I put on. Literally. I use that to try and mark him so that he'll be targeted more than anybody else. But every time she would get attacked, I would freak the fuck out naturally because she's on death's door, so she could die at any moment. And if she dies before the boss battle, or I mean if she dies in general, that will fucking suck, but if she dies before the boss battle, then like there's a very slim chance I'll be able to do it. There she gets bleed put on, and I only have one pair of bandages left, so of course I'm freaking the fuck out. A sick full party dodge right there. But this is the you have to watch this though, it's the most incredible thing. She stays on death's door from now until, I don't want to say when because it might spoil it, but let's just say she is extremely resilient. Like really. So here I use, oh no, I have 2 bandages left, and then I use one there. No, you'll see it though. This is fucking incredible. But anyway, so let's see. I was talking about progress. So yeah, consistency. You need to be consistent when you practice things, and that's the most important thing when it comes to learning new skills or just getting better at anything. Again, like there's so many things that are like that even on a smaller scale, but just like sports, skills, music, writing, even things like reading, school, of course, just gaining knowledge in general. You need to be repetitious when you try to learn something. Not just how to do something, but just general knowledge anyway. Video games, it absolutely applies to video games. Almost everything in life that you do, that you interact with, can be like progressive. Like you can progress towards a goal in it. You can become better. So that my mind, like I said, that's just something I really fucking go after, is like just making a steady progress towards a goal in something, just becoming as good as I can at something until, in my mind, always the final goal is to be the best at something that I can, which, you know, for most human beings, your absolute top performance is probably really fucking good. So let's say on guitar, you could be like, a lot of people, even just a regular average person, if they have the passion for it, if they train for, say, 10 years, like they practice every day for, I think it's 10 years, it's like the 40,000 hour rule or whatever the fuck the number is. I forgot the number, but no, 10,000, I think. It's 10,000 hours. There's a philosophy that if you practice, if you put 10,000 hours of practice into something, you will become a quote unquote master at it. So you could be any average person, if they put that amount of time into playing guitar, could be a master at it. Like, and that's the thing too, is for a lot of things, so there's a handful of things in life that you just have to be naturally talented at, or you have to have like a certain edge to be good at. And I used to believe that to be the case for a lot of things, like singing, for example, but I'm starting to realize as time goes on that that's not necessarily how life works. You can just kind of, like, you can be an average person, but if you put enough practice and time and energy into something, you can become amazing at it. You can be a master, and it doesn't, you know, you don't have to have some special genetics, like fucking mutated gene to be born. You don't have to be born with the fucking Eddie Van Halen gene to be good at guitar, is what I'm trying to say. But, so, I'm always trying to get better at shit. And where it becomes a problem is, like I said, I try to do it with like fucking everything. And so I'll start putting time and progress into something that, and there it is. That is the call of the Siren. So she takes my Antiquarian, and I'm just, literally, I laughed when that happened, like in the game. I laughed even harder when she did that move, because that's my only character on death's door. And then my Antiquarian uses she uses her one of her non-damaging moves. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. But anyway, yeah, so now I just start fucking wailing on the Siren, because I'm not about to kill my Antiquarian. That would be fucking retarded. She's not going to attack me. Oh yeah, and I brought extra holy water, because that gives you other, you know, resistances. Like, I think it gives you resistance to debuffs, which would be important for this battle. But anyway, so it's a problem because I start putting time and effort into things that I shouldn't be, that start taking up time from my other more important and more steady goals, like writing, music, or even doing the whole YouTube thing. So like YouTube, I don't see as big of a deal to me as like something like writing is. I don't see it as like my thing that I do, but I do see it as like one of the things that I do. And that's something I actually kind of worry about a little bit, is being a quote unquote jack of all trades and master of none. Because like to some people that might be a really appealing concept, like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, I can do it all, fucker. But it's like, I don't want to do it all. At least not if I can do it all really well, then fucking sure, fuck yeah. But if I can only do it, if I can do a shit ton of things but only mediocre at best, fuck that. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be able to do it all if I can't do it as well as I can. I want to be able to do one, maybe two things really fucking well. And so that's, you know, that's why I try to focus on again, writing, music, YouTube. I kind of throw exercise in there. I have not worked out almost this entire summer. When I was in my senior year of high school, I did powerlifting. And I was working out about a year before that, and then I did powerlifting, then I worked out, you know, for like a year afterwards, and then I was working out the semester, but then I went home for the summer and I don't have a gym membership here at home, so I've just kind of fallen off of that bandwagon. And I was planning on doing things like cardio and shit like that, and I was like, oh yeah, this will be a good opportunity, excuse me, it'll be an opportunity for me to be a gross fuck, pardon me. But watch this. Look at Death's Door again. That's what I was saying. It's so fucking incredible. She just does not, and she's got bleed on her. Like any other character, 110% would have died by now. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how she's doing so well. Like I don't know what compelled her to last this long, but it's fucking amazing. I'm so happy it happened. Like it's really incredible to watch. It really is. I was freaking out every time, and every time I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude. But anyway, so oh, and there goes the Siren. So I get my Antiquarian back. Now it's just up to having to kill this cunt. So to wrap up what I was saying as the game wraps up, I think the whole point of me saying all this was that I want to get better at doing the YouTube thing, but like you can tell it's not something I've done in the past or that I've practiced a lot beforehand, because I'm not that great at it, and compared to Brennan, I fucking blow. I'm not trying to suck Brennan's dick here. Like, I'm not like, oh, come here, Brennan, I'll slobber on your scrotum. Like, I'm literally just fucking, I'm just being honest. Like, you can tell he has, like, a knack for it, and that it's the thing he does. And I have a lot of respect for that, because he's good at it. I mean, people, I hate saying this because it sounds really fucking arrogant, but, like, people have told me that I'm good at writing, that they enjoy my stories a lot. That I'm really good at like description and setting scenes. And of course, you know, like with most things, I have a lot of other shit I need to work on to get better at writing, but I at least, you know, I definitely have like the potential to be okay at it. But I don't know, I just, like I said, I really wish I could do everything extremely well, not just like one or two things, but my ultimate goal is to be able to do everything as best as I can, but that's just so, I don't want to say it's unrealistic, but it's kind of, yeah, like it's kind of unrealistic to be like, oh, I'm going to do this really fucking awesome all the time, because it's like, no, you're not. You don't have the time to be able to devote that much time to multiple different things, especially once the semester starts. How the fuck am I going to have time to both write, you know, often? Like, even now, during the summer, I don't write every day, even though I want to. So it's like, how the fuck am I gonna have the time to, like, write consistently, practice bass, write music, practice guitar? I started playing drums. I want to get better at drums. That's the other, like I said, it's a fucking problem at this point, because it's like, oh, I want to, you know, my friend and I get a drum kit, and I start playing drums. It's like, now I want to become the next John Bonham or Neil Peart. Like, what the fuck? And then, you know, I started with guitar, and it's like, I want to be a fucking amazing guitarist. Now my main instrument that I've been playing is bass, and it's like, I want to become a really amazing bassist. So I want to do all of that, and that's just music. Then you throw fucking writing in there. You throw in the YouTube doing these videos, trying to get better at this, trying to be entertaining, like actually like fucking decent. And then on top, so now you have all that shit that I want. That's what I want to do. That doesn't include what I have to do. Now let's throw in what I have to do. School. Fucking getting a job. I got one job this summer, and then it was a restaurant. It fucking closed down 3 weeks later, which fucking sucked. and then my parents wouldn't leave me the fuck alone, and then I worked one night at another restaurant. My friend said they had a dishwasher who needed to come in and couldn't, so I was just like, all right, well, I'll come in and make some extra money. And then I'm trying to get a job so I can start working during the semester, and it's like job, school, and then trying to do all that other shit. It's like, how am I gonna do it? I'm a fucking human, not a goddamn machine. And like, I know I can do it in theory, and that's the problem, is in theory I can do it, because I just need better willpower, better self-control, and better time management. I know how to do time management. I know how to set it up. It's the willpower that comes in, because what always fucks me up is just social life. Like, I enjoy spending time with friends and going out and doing things, and so I'll have a plan for an evening where it's like, all right, I'm going to play bass for an hour, then I'm going to write for 30 minutes, then I'm going to type up this story that I've written before, and then next thing you know, Bryn or someone's like, hey, let's go to Taco Bell, then let's play Smash, and then that's like a 3-hour thing, and now all of a sudden, boom, that's 3 hours of my life gone that I didn't do any of the stuff I had planned to do. But I can't stop doing it because it's enjoyable, and it's fucking, I don't know, I really need to get my shit together. But on that lovely note, I can already tell you what my plan is for the next episode. It should be a live commentary unless my computer decides to fuck itself again. But the plan is that I'm going to go into the Warrens and just do a short, easy quest so I can unlock the boss battle against the Swine Prince. And then we'll probably fight the Swine Prince next. But, yeah, so the gameplay you're seeing right now is just me taking care of shit. Oh, yeah, one last thing. The episodes, I'm going to start trying to start and end them at the beginning and end of the dungeon rather than doing all this kind of bullshit in between, because watching back through the episodes, I would always take like 6 or 7 minutes just to do this kind of shit, and it was just really kind of boring. So even I had fucking trouble watching it, and I was like, wow, I need to watch this for practice to get better. Again, that same concept comes back. But yeah, so I'm gonna start trying to cut this extraneous bullshit out and just get straight into the action. So yeah, that'll be next time, and this was very relaxing. I actually really enjoyed not having to do live commentary. It's kind of nice, not gonna lie. I'm still gonna do live commentary because, like I said, it's cool to have the reactions and shit, and it's just something I need to get better at, being able to talk freely like this while also thinking about the game. But not easy, but I'm sure one day I'll be able to do it. But, you know, until then. Okay, bye.